What's up, y'all? PJ Owens here, Icon and Convos, my very first show. So listen, I need you guys to do me a favor. Before we get started, I need you guys to share. Use the hashtag Icons and Convos. This is going to be the nightcap that you never knew that you needed, okay? Again, Icon and Convos, first show. Super excited. Share. Today, I'm talking with one of my good friends, Dr. Rayvann, okay? And if you was at Believe, Build, Brand, the brunch back in December, you already know what's about to go down. So again, share. This is Icons and Convos. What's up, y'all? Again, PJ Owens, Icons and Convos. What's up? Everybody that's here, I need y'all to drop a comment in the comment section below. We are going to have a great time. Let me know who is here. Let me know who's on, all right? Again, this is Icon and Convos, the premiere show, season 1 with my good friend, Dr. Rayvann. All right, so listen, before we get started, okay, because I am excited and I want to bring him in and we're going to get into some good dialogue, some good conversation. But before we get started, I want to dedicate this first show, this very first show, to everybody Black. Everybody Black. This show goes out to everybody who looks like me, every Black man, every Black woman. This show is for you. Your beauty, your value, your worth, your swag, your melanin. This show is for you. The very first show of Icons and Convos. Again, it's your boy PJ Owens. This particular show is to highlight amazing people who are doing amazing things. Some people who are just really dear and close to my heart. This isn't just like a ordinary online kind of moment. Nah, I want to introduce you to some amazing icons who, again, doing some amazing things in the community, okay? I hope you guys had a great day. Hope that you all are well. I hope your mental state is well. I hope all of those things are well right now with the current climate of Corona and the police brutality and just everything that's going on right now in society. We need a little hope and we need a little love. And I hope that Icons and Convos can just give you a little bit of that inspiration so you can just go on with the rest of your day and the rest of your evening. So go grab a snack. Get something to drink real good. Again, this is Icons and Convos, episode 1, season 1. I am very, very excited, okay? Super excited. I hope you all are doing well out there, okay? Now, everybody that's watching, everybody that's going to be watching the playback, again, welcome. This is an interactive experience, so I want you guys to talk back to me, talk back in the comments. Let me know what you're saying. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know all of those things, okay? So again, my first guest, and before we even get into that, I think it is so funny. So I was just in here trying to rush, putting like last minute touches on everything, and I screamed out, 15 minutes. Who was I talking to? Because nobody's here. There's not one production team. I didn't set all of this stuff up myself, the lights, the mics, everything, right? I'm yelling 15 like I got a whole production crew in here. So that's the kind of foolishness that I do by myself, okay? I might be by myself right now, but there literally is a huge production crew around me. So that was just a little funny moment that just happened. I just didn't laugh at myself like, PJ, who exactly are you talking to right now? Because no one's here. But my first guest for MUSE, Icons and Convos, I met Dr. Key at Victory Christian Center. I had to teach at a leadership conference about 2 years ago now. And the guy just, he was mind-blowing, okay? So I said, I got to connect with him. I need to see more of what is he doing? What is his works? How can I work with him? All that stuff, right? So back in December, if you was at Believe, Build, Brand, the brunch, you already know what's about to happen, right? So Dr. Key is phenomenal. He left the people crying. he dropped the mic. He did an Obama on him at the brunch back in December. Okay, so I introduce to some and present to others, Dr. Rayvann. What's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
I am good. I am good. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. I am enjoying the weather. I am so excited to be here tonight.
Me too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So how are you holding up with like all of this, the COVID stuff and all? How are you right now? Before we even start helping other people, how are you?
Well, I mean, I think I'm one of those fortunate ones. I'm well.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm an introvert. So the whole pandemic thing has kind of played into me being who I am.
Exactly.
I love the opportunity to reflect, be by myself, you know, kind of have control on who I'm interacting with. So this has actually been a good time for me. It just highlights the introvert in me. So I'm doing well. I'm doing good.
I agree. And I think it's different for a lot of people. And for some, they're not able to enjoy this moment because they might have lost someone due to the pandemic, or they might have lost someone, you know, in the process, you know, they were sick, or some people are just dealing with some like heavy stuff. So some people are not able to enjoy this moment, but I'm with you. I needed this
moment. Much needed break.
It was a much needed break. And unfortunately, it came at the expense of a pandemic, right? And with so much negativity and so many things going on. And that's not what we wanted at all, but we are grateful for the break. And with people like us, we're on the go, nonstop meetings, nonstop calls, and in a way that didn't stop, but it kind of it shifted in a sense. And I know we were talking yesterday, and we both can agree that God really did a pivot during this time. And we've seen a shift in our business. We've seen a shift in our relationships. You know, a lot has been going on. So let's dive right into this. So for those, for everybody who don't know the greatness that is Dr. Key, just tell us a little about yourself. Give us, what do you do? Who are you?
Yes. So I am a clinical psychologist.
Yeah.
Many don't know, but I was blessed to be able to obtain and earn 5 degrees by age 33.
5.
And yes, 5 degrees. And my latest degrees are a master's in business administration and a doctorate in clinical psychology. I work for myself. I own and I am the principal psychologist for Empowerment Counseling, Coaching, and Consulting right here in Philadelphia. I had an office. I still have an office, but I am completely virtual now. So that'll be disappearing. I consider that advancement. I'm also an associate minister. I also am a consultant. The way I describe myself is a change coach. I am an empowerment strategist and a wellness consultant. That's what I do for a wide range of people and also for organizations and businesses. So here I am.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That was mild. And I get that you're being real humble and things with the people. You told them you got 5 degrees, and I love that. I love that. That speaks for itself, right? But again, from the moment I met you, I think the level of wisdom and the level of information that you offered, I think it was so relevant and it was so needed. And that was 2018, right? So what you did to us at the end of 19 was just like, it was huge, right? So let's dive right into these questions. And honestly speaking, and us as Black men, this week was a bit rough with everything that has been going on. And with these moments of police brutality and with these moments of people not seeing the value in our life, right?
Correct.
And I'm using my words wisely on purpose. I'm using my words wisely on purpose. But this was a rough week. It was a rough week because even if we're not directly connected to the gentleman who just got killed and, you know, the sister who just got killed maybe 2 weeks ago, we still feel that because when I look at them, I see me. When I look at them, I see my cousin Maya. When I look at them, I see my cousin Jared. When I look at them, I see my cousin Christian or my godsons. You know what I mean? So we are affected by this, right? So to just take a moment with the wellness aspect of things and with the therapy and everything, just taking a second from that. My first question is, how are we supposed to handle being Black in America right now? Like, how do we navigate that moment? That's my first question to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that question, handling Black in America.
Yeah.
That's a complex question. You know, I think that one of the things that we definitely need to be during this time is proud to be Black in America. You know, with so many things happening, with how people are valuing us, with how people are treating us, it's easy for us to lose esteem around being Black in America. So the first thing that I want to encourage people to do is be proud of being Black in America.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's not easy being Black in America, you know, but for our Black brothers and sisters, I think we also need to be angry as Black people in America, you know, and you don't oftentimes hear people encouraging other folk to be angry, but I believe that anger is a fuel. Anger is a motivator. And if we don't get angry, change will never take place. Anger is what's going to push us to use our platforms to facilitate change in the country, in our neighborhoods, in our communities. So how do we handle being Black in America? Be proud and be angry. Because up to this point, what we're going to do is simply complain. We may march a little bit, but then we'll wait till the next time something bad happens again. No, you need to hold on to that anger and use your platform to facilitate change, because until now, there are not many people who are taking us seriously. But if you find your platform and use it and channel that anger, I guarantee that change can begin to take place.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. And I think this moment, I don't know if it's because it's happening just so close together. And honestly, the stories that we're now seeing in media and the stories that we are now seeing on the news and everything, ironically, those are the only ones we're privy to. That's the thing. Because what about the stories that we don't know about? What about the stories that are not on the news and that are not on Facebook? You know what I mean? And we have, a part of me feels like we have reduced our worth and reduced this moment just to a hashtag. Or just to a march, or just to a conversation. Yes, it has to start somewhere, but we're more than just that hashtag.
Absolutely.
Right? We're more than just that moment. So the moments that I sit and I say, you know, what about the mother who is not getting the publicity, right? The mother who's not getting that to talk about her son who was just gunned down, or her daughter who was just gunned down. Like, what about them? You know what I mean? Like, what about them?
Listen, as a psychologist, I have plenty of stories of young, educated, educated Black men and women who come to me because they have to deal with the stress, with the anxiety, with the depression, with the anger that comes with being Black. Not only being Black in America, but being Black and educated and doing something. Oftentimes even more qualified than their ethnic counterparts, but being treated as if they have no education at all. How do they manage? How do I walk and navigate the world? And if I'm tall and dark skinned with a deep voice, not be considered an angry Black or an angry, aggressive person. You know, these are the things that we have to deal with. And there are so many stories that haven't been shared. You know, we need to get these stories out. Number one, we need to get these stories out and let our brothers and sisters know that they are not alone, that we are in this together. And, you know, once again, be angry. Scripture says be angry and sin not, but it says you can be angry.
Now, see, it was that last part that's gonna mess us up, right? Part, because we angry. Then we down at the looting, the targets, and then we stabbing people. I saw a thing earlier. The guy was using, I think it was a fire extinguisher at this woman that was in a chair. It's like This is insane. Like the moment that we're living in, we're already having to deal with the pandemic, right? But this has been going on for years. So we've been dealing with some major global issues, but the fact that they are now married together, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. So pivoting for a second, we know that we're in the middle of COVID, and the past two and a half months, maybe going on 3, right? It's been very unpredictable. That's a good word. Very unpredictable. Day to day, we don't know what's going on. We're getting information from y'all president. We're getting information from Fallon. We're getting information from just so many people. Then you got the conspiracy theorist people over here. Like, it's so many things going on. Stay home. Go for a walk. Put on a mask. Don't. It's a lot that's happening. And people, honestly, the last time I looked, it was like 36,000 plus people who have died from this pandemic, during this pandemic. That's crazy for me, right? Everybody is dealing with some level of triggerization. I make up words. Don't judge.
It's okay.
Triggerization. Some kind of moment where we're really affected by this. The more that, and I'm very big on watching what I put in my gates, what I hear, what I see, the energy that I surround myself with, because we become that energy. So the more you watch the news, the more you're triggered, the more your anxiety is heightened, all that kind of stuff, right? So while we're dealing with so many, we're all dealing with one pandemic, but we're all in it from different angles. You have the person who was dealing with domestic violence, the person who was already sick, the person who now can't bury their loved ones the right way, right? So with all of that going on, my question to you as the professional who literally can give us some sound advice and wisdom, where do we go from here? Where do
That's a loaded question.
Because I'm gonna sit on this couch. Now,
that is a loaded question.
I'm gonna be right here.
I think the first thing that comes to my mind, thinking from my perspective, because my view of the pandemic has been one that's probably in the minority, compared to the world at large, because I've seen it as a blessing. I'm going to be honest with you. So one of what I can tell you is this: what we cannot do is go backwards.
That part.
We cannot go backwards. We cannot go backwards.
Right.
It leaves you to either stand still and wait, or to trudge forward. And a lot of people have had difficulty trying to figure out whether or not they need to invest their time and energy in moving forward. And some people have resigned to simply waiting this out, hoping things will just kind of normalize on its own. But for those who see this time as a blessing, we are looking forward to moving forward. And we are doing things even now that have positioned us or have even moved us from where we were to where we are right now, because we see the opportunity to move forward. This pandemic, this pandemic has meant, several things to different people. And I don't want to take away from the fact that all adjustments come with anxiety, changes in mood.
Of course.
When we're talking about loss, we're not just talking about the loss of individuals. We're talking about a loss of independence and self-sufficiency and finances and the opportunity to pay our respects to those who have died and put them away properly. Like, there are so many losses of freedom and travel. There's loss after loss. So there is a grief process that all of us are going to have to go through. When we talk about churches, they're going to have to go through a grief process. We are literally grieving the loss of what was. But there are some people who are going to get stuck in the grief process instead of laying to rest what has passed. And I think that leaders, I think that entrepreneurs, I think that creatives have been given an opportunity to lay to rest some things that have been, in order to grasp and embrace those things that could be.
Wow. Absolutely. And again, I think it is that was dope. I think for each person, like we said, it is different for each person, because when this happened, we still had plans. You know, like by now, I would have just been coming back from Miami.
Listen.
You understand? I would have just been coming back from the Miami, right? But it forced us to stop, and it forced us to really figure out, who am I right now, and who do I need to become? It forced us to reprioritize our priorities, right?
Yeah.
It forced us to do all of these things, but there are still some people that's just not getting it, right? And I think that is okay, but what do you say to people who they're just not seeming to grasp this moment? What do you say to them? How can we approach it to where it's not like we're judgmental or we're not insensitive? Like what do we say to those individuals?
Well, first of all, it begins with a mindset.
Right.
If your perspective, if your vantage point, if how you are perceiving things is not rooted in a healthy mental framework, you're not going to see things the way you need to see them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it starts with a mindset. What I think this pandemic has done is forced us to sit with ourselves, forced us to confront ourselves. And if there was anything that was unhealthy prior to the pandemic sure enough brought it out.
Fact.
You know, what we need to do now that these things have been uncovered, these things have been exposed about yourself, what you need to do is evaluate and determine whether or not you have the bones, the infrastructure, the psychological fortitude to really become what you say you're going to become.
Exactly.
We're quick to say where we're going and what we're going to be and what our vision is and what we're going to be cutting edge about. But do you have the infrastructure for that? The mental health and wellness to be able to propel you through difficult times like a pandemic.
Right.
This showed us what we were made of.
Right.
And if you're not taking the time to incorporate that data, if you're not taking the time to really look at that information and incorporate and accommodate that information, what you're going to do is make bad business decisions based on old data.
Yeah.
You're going to keep trying to do the same thing when you have new data that you need to be considering moving forward.
Exactly.
So what I tell people is you need to get your mindset right. Success starts in the mind.
Right.
You need to be able to pivot, and pivoting requires mental flexibility.
Yes.
Psychological rigidity will keep you from moving.
Wow. That part. Can you say that one more time? One more time.
Psychological rigidity will keep you from moving. You are stuck. Because you can't shift mentally quick enough. You're not agile enough to ride the wave that this pandemic has created for us.
Right. No, I totally agree. And there are moments where I feel like I'm not ashamed at all, but you don't want, I'm an empathetic person, right? So I'm very considerate about what other people are going through at this time. So the fact that I've been able to thrive through this pandemic, a part of me is sometimes just says, you know what, maybe I shouldn't put that out because so many people are not in that frame of mind. I don't want to come off boastful, or, you don't want to do that. But in all actuality, this is something that it should give people hope. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I've been able to not even sustain just financially. It's not even financially, but the relationships that have been fostered, right? The businesses that have been fostered, the relationships that have been closed, those chapters that have been closed. Okay. Like so many shifts has happened through just these 2.5 months, right? But I still feel a surge of energy that I haven't felt within the last year. So there's something very different just happening here, because while we're experiencing so much death around us, we're still embracing so much life that is in front of us. And I think that is super duper important. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was. You made me think about one of my favorite networks. I love HGTV. All right. I love renovation shows. And in order to go through a renovation, it takes a mindset first.
Right.
Because you are accustomed to how things have looked up to this point.
Exactly.
You know, but when you finally decide I am ready for renovation, the first thing that you have to view and deal with is a demolition.
Ooh.
Things come down, walls come down, wires are exposed, plumbing is exposed, HVAC is exposed. You find things that were going wrong with the house,
right?
You know, after the demolition takes place. And then what you have to do is be connected with people that know how to see the vision and the end product, even though what it looks like right now is not what it's going to be.
Wow.
You know, and I feel like this pandemic was, you know, I'm not going to get theological or anything like that, but I felt like for me, the pandemic was like an awesome renovation, an upgrade, a modernization of what I'm doing. I thought I was going to be something one way, but now I have a modernization taking place, a renovation taking place. And in the process, a lot of things were exposed in terms of even gifts, abilities, and talents that I hadn't tapped into.
Exactly. And it forced you to do so.
It forced me. It forced me. Listen, when they take down walls in a renovation and they put up walls in a renovation, it forces you to flow differently throughout the house. If you want open concept, you can't have a whole bunch of walls. The walls have to come down.
They got to come down.
Listen, but now when I come into the house, I have a different flow. And I think that the pandemic has given us an opportunity to have a new, modern, and different flow that will be a benefit not only to us, but to everybody that gets that flow.
Whoa, wow, absolutely. The flow is different.
The flow is
different. Everything about it is different. And it's crazy how you feel within, what is this? We're going into June, so the 6th month, right? For some of us, this is the most alive that we have felt in the past 6 years, right? In the past 6 months, this is the most alive. Like people, we stay in our mind, and we stay in our mind while we're at work. We stay in our mind while we're at church doing 1,000 things. We stay in our mind while we're doing, caretaking for our loved ones and stuff. But this caused us to really, really chill. It caused us to chill. It caused us to sit and say, you know what? Thank you, God, for connecting the dots during this time. Thank you for connecting the dots during this time. So for those of us who we might not know how to embrace what the wellness that you're talking about, even if you would give us a simple definition of what wellness actually is. But for those of us who might not be able or have the capacity to embrace what you're talking about or what we're discussing here, why do we stay in toxic relationships? Why do we stay and reside in toxic places? And why do we allow ourselves to I guess set up permanent when it was only supposed to be temporary?
That's
I like the good notes you did. I like them through the I like that. Yeah.
I have learned, I've been taught, and I've learned firsthand experience in working with people that people only do what they are getting something out of.
Okay.
You may view it as toxic. I may view it as toxic. They may know it's toxic. It doesn't matter that it's toxic as long as they're getting something out of it.
Got it.
So the question is, what is it that you're getting out of it? Because a lot of times what people are getting out of staying in toxic situations, toxic relationships, are based upon a lack of wellness.
Got it.
If you are lacking self-esteem, if you don't value yourself, if you don't have self-worth, if you are dealing with imposter syndrome, if you're constantly trying to meet the expectations of other people, of parents, of pastors, of friends and family, if you're prone to just subjecting yourself to fear, that lack of wellness, those things will have you stay in toxic situations that give you security,
Wow.
Toxic situations that give you a false sense of value.
Right.
Toxic situations that make you feel like you're not an imposter, you're actually competent. Situations that make you feel safe. People can't move beyond and become because they're still getting something out of something they need to drop.
Wow.
And that's why people stay in toxic situations. And until people are willing to take the time to weigh the pros and cons, and until the cons outweigh those pros, they are not going to change. They're going to stay there.
Wow.
They're going to your why, your reason for moving forward, your reason for pivoting, your reason for shifting has to be strong enough to outweigh, those pros that you're getting from staying in the toxic situation.
Wow. Wow.
And sometimes you need some help, some other person, some objective person to kind of be a blank slate or even be a mirror to show you that, hey, you're getting something out of this. You keep complaining to me. Have you ever met that person that keeps talking about what they want to become and, talking about the greatness that they see in themselves, but keep complaining why they can't move forward or do anything?
Exactly.
They need to be quiet.
Right.
Because the truth of the matter is they are getting something out of it. You are getting something from where you are.
Right.
And until that thing doesn't matter to you, you're going to stay there. Let me know when you're ready.
Wow.
And we can talk.
The mic drop moment. You didn't have to drop the mic just
and
yet.
I'm passionate about this.
Still got some time. Wow.
Wellness is important, and wellness has to do with your patterns of thoughts. Wellness has to do with what you derive value from. What is your value system? What is important to you? How do you know when you are happy? Because some people don't know. People are looking for happiness, and they don't even know what happiness looks like for them.
Right. Right.
Happiness looks like for them what makes somebody else happy. So let me go step in their lane and do what they're doing, only to find out it doesn't make me happy because I'm not good at it.
That part.
So wellness is dealing with the psychological, the mental health, the psychological fortitude, the emotional health that enables you to be able to manage your emotions and deal in crisis and turn crisis into promise.
Yeah. No, that is dead on. That's dead on. And I think what happens is like we become products of our environment.
Absolutely.
And we become products of what we surround ourselves with, and the information and the people, the negativity. And when you have evolved from that space internally, it agitates you. It bothers you. And I tell people all the time, when you are dealing with a bunch of sideliners in your life, and you have the demeanor and the presence of a power player, the two cannot exist together.
Right.
Because the sideliners, they have a very specific conversation. Like you just said, those people like to talk about what I should have done. They look at the people and saying what I would have done differently that they did. They sit on the sideline and continue to just talk and talk and talk. And they never, ever see that promise. But for the power players, those people who get in the game, and no matter if they're injured, no matter what's going on, they stay in the game. And what I am realizing is that the evolution of PJ, honestly speaking, that evolution came from disconnecting and then plugging into who I needed to plug into.
Wow.
That's how that happened. And I think we don't understand until we have moments like this where we can sit back and really observe, like, oh my God, I've been doing this for the past 5 years and it gives me no value.
Wow.
It has given me no sense of value in any area of my life. When I sit and observe relationships, right? And if I don't see the value added, what's the purpose of that connection? These are the questions that I've had with myself during this time. Every relationship that we have from this moment on has to have some kind of value to it.
And you have to be a reflective person
Right.
So that you can ask yourself those types of questions. People are not as reflective as they need to be, and they just keep going. Sometimes you have to stop and reevaluate.
Exactly.
That's what any good company does. They stop and they reevaluate whether or not what they are doing is actually working.
Right.
You know, that's one of the questions I always ask people when they tell me how they're coping and all types of things. I'll ask them, well, how's that working for you?
Right.
And they never, it amazes me, the response, because I could tell they never took the time to evaluate how it's working for them.
Right.
You know, wellness, I mean, and you can even see this from a biological standpoint. Go back to biology class, go back to Darwin, survival of the fittest.
Come on.
Wellness is about how adaptive are you?
Yeah.
When your environment changes, when external pressures exist, do you know how to take time and say, how do I make myself most adaptive?
Right.
Because the person that's able to adapt is able to survive. And the person who's able to survive is able to reproduce and pass on their survival genes.
The genes.
The genes. If you want longevity in business, as a leader, as an artist, as a creative, you have to have adaptive genes.
Right.
So if you're stuck now, you need to do something.
Right.
Because what you're building or trying to build will rise, start, and fall and end on you.
Facts. Dude, that's crazy. Let's get into some of these comments. Because the people is out here talking, okay?
Oh, man.
My friend Toya from LA, well, from Philly by way of LA, said evaluate every relationship. Absolutely. Miss Kayla, the wonderful Miss Kayla, relationships have to have value for sure. Let's see. Deanna, who is an amazing brand and personality. Crisis becomes promise. Wasn't that a good one? That was a good one. Let me see. Let me know when you're ready. Now, I like that one too, because a lot of times we sit and we listen and we pacify. That's the word. We pacify and pacify and pacify. Let me know when you're ready. That's when we can kind of get into some other stuff. Let's see what some other people are saying.
Things happen, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me see. JB Hurd says it has to make sense. Yes, relationships have to make sense. Mom G, what's up? Adaptive genes. I love that one too. I love that one too, for sure. So quickly, tell us what are some things that we can do? Because we might not be at the point where we can get therapy and we can, do all of these things because of various reasons. Just give us some everyday survival tips, some everyday wellness survival tips, some things that you just know that we can do every day. What can we do? How can we use these things to apply them to where we are in life? Give us some everyday tips.
I think one of the important things to do is to meditate. And we're living in a time where meditation has become very popular. This is a mindfulness society, but I think there are some things that should be aligned with your values and where you want to go, that you should constantly keep in the forefront of your mind. Almost like a personal vision that you need to think about on a consistent basis. The next thing that I think you should do is make sure you surround yourself with people who are okay with disagreeing with you. Do not surround yourself with people that every time you post something on social media, they agree with you.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Exactly.
There's no cross section. There's there's a problem. You need people around you that can see it from a different perspective and kind of encourage, almost force you to take into consideration a different viewpoint of how you're thinking. You have to remember that you are the sum total of your family of origin thinking, your family, your church of origin thinking, your community of origin thinking. And if you surround yourself from people that are from your family, from your community, and from your church and from your neighborhood, you will not change. You need things changing in your environment, and every experience is what causes evolution.
Hey, dope.
So if you're not getting experiences that challenge you, that pressure you, that push you, that nudge you, that aggravate you, then you cannot evolve.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what I would have people do. I would also touch base with an individual with some expertise, some type of therapist, some type of coach, somebody that you can talk to who can kind of pour into you regarding what they see in terms of your mental health and wellness and your spirituality and your physicality.
Absolutely.
You know, it doesn't have to be weekly, but, you know, you ought to be able to share when you're anxious. You ought to be able to share when your mood is kind of low. You need to be able to process grief and those moments that come with it with somebody who's just a presence for you. By the way, don't make your boyfriend, your girlfriend, husband, wife your therapist. They're not the one. You need somebody outside of that relationship who's not as emotionally involved, because your spouse is going to want to fix it, and everything's not meant to be fixed. Some things are meant to be processed. You need somebody that's going to sit.
No. Say that again.
I said that a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, if you're in a relationship with somebody, it's their inclination to fix things for you.
Yeah.
You know, and all the time, it's not about fixing something, because something can't be fixed. There are a lot of things that need to be processed, and it takes somebody who doesn't have as much emotional investment in you to be able to sit with you and be a presence with you and empathize with you and walk you through your process of processing.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Those are the things that I would suggest. Some type of meditation, mantra that you're meditating on, surrounding yourself with a core of individuals that are as diverse as this world is, and also having somebody specific that you can kind of go to, confide in, pour into, and be vulnerable with, so that you can work on those faulty things in your mental framework that need to be fixed. And changed.
Man, that is so important. And I think for a while, I can only speak from experience. I can only speak for myself. And I think there are times where we try to conform to these groups of people. We'll conform to these cliques. We'll conform to these norms, right? When that never was supposed to be the intent of that moment, ever. That moment was supposed to make us aware of who we are. That moment was not supposed to force us to adapt to them. It was supposed to make us be the light in that situation. And I think for so long, again, we surround ourselves with just these small-minded people, small-minded things, and we then become, again, a product of our environments. So when you take that time to do the personal work, you can then be a public success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said at Build, Believe, Brand the Brunch that the scripture said that it is not good for man to be alone.
Right.
You know, and people take that to mean marriage. No, you need people in your life, because what God loves and what brings about success and reproduction and fruit is interdependence.
Right.
I need you to give me your point of view, because when I put your point of view together with my point of view, I can get a better picture of what's going on.
Exactly. And again, I think that's really, for me, and I know for a couple other people that's on this post right now, relationships are ideal for me right now. They are ideal because for a long time, we have fostered the wrong ones. We have fostered them based in lust. We fostered them based in success. We fostered them because of the opportunities that they could bring. I'm at such a different place with the fostering of the relationships and the value of relationships. That's very important for me right now, because I'm seeing what happens when, again, our connection, it's a valued connection.
Value added. That's the word.
Yes. Value added. For sure. And I think it is very important for us. And this is some personal work that we need to do for everyone who's on this post. Let's take the time to evaluate our connections. What connections have expired? What relationships have expired that we're still holding on to because of what was? A lot of coming in church or being in church my whole life, we love what was, what grandmama used to do, what happened yesterday, and we love that, but we miss what God is doing right now because we're so focused on what he did. Mm-hmm. And I think that we do that in relationships, that trickles over into our relationships. So it is very important, again, for us to really sit and reflect on all of the relationships we have, how we got connected to these people, mm-hmm. if it was for a specific season, you know, but I believe that some things have expired and some things are now being fostered. That's just what I believe. And
can I add this? In order for you to do an accurate job mm-hmm. of what PJ just mentioned in terms of kind of pruning right. your friendship circles, you have to know who you are.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry that I'm being a little churchy, but there's a scripture that says, be not unequally yoked.
Right.
And there are too many people who are unequally yoked. And we're not even yes. talking about salvation. We're talking about you not knowing who you are and letting people in and out of your life without that knowledge. You cannot be accurate in terms of your friends groups and your relationships if you have no clue who you are. How do you know whether you're unequally yoked or not? You need to figure it out. You need to figure it out. And the pandemic has provided an opportunity for you to sit with you. Sit with you. What are you doing today? I'm sitting with myself today.
Exactly.
I'm going to develop the number one relationship outside of a higher power, if you believe that, my relationship with me. That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm going to do. No,
I have to do.
Agree. We do. And I think, again, for this, and even if over the past 2.5 months, if we haven't taken the time to sit and reflect, you know, from this conversation, just kind of just take that moment. Don't wait for someone to give it to you. Let's mm-hmm. take those moments mm-hmm. and really get into who we are today versus who we were before this started. Because I guarantee you, if we really look, some things have changed. So if you really sit and think about, something has changed. And if it hasn't, it might be a little disconnected. They might need your services to sit and have a couple more intimate sessions.
How about that?
Do you understand? But being unequally yoked is really, it's a thing. It's a thing that a lot of people get when it's kind of too late sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it's too late. I know people talk about time differently. No, some things is just like, oh my God. You know, when the person's in the hospital after they done got their behinds beat. When the person has now, you know, failed at this, it's because of the environment. And that speaks to our self-worth as mm-hmm. well. I feel like it speaks to our self-worth as well. That's some great stuff. The people are talking. What my God.
What are they saying? What are y'all saying?
Quarantine to qualify you. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. My cousin said my relationship with me. Those are very, very, very important. Who is this? Mom G. Talk this. Unequally yoked is not just marriage. It's not.
Oh, no, it's not. Oh,
right.
My Lord. No, it's not.
Right.
Listen, you better put the work in up front.
Yeah.
Because sometimes having to back out of bad relationships can completely drain you.
Right.
Especially if you have connected with somebody with a personality disorder.
Right.
That wants to manipulate you. Listen, I can talk about that all day. Some of y'all are connected and even in relationships with folk who have bona fide personality disorders.
Bona fide.
And they play the victim the moment every time you try to back out the relationship. You need to put the work in beforehand. I can help you out with that.
That part. I can help you out with that. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Let's see. Mike Boyd said, give yourself permission to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Miss Kayla said, I have meetings with myself, me and my notebook. I know it's right.
All right, Kayla.
Right. I know it's right. Toya just said, did he just say personality disorder?
Yes, I did.
Did, because that's exactly what it is.
Listen.
It's a personality disorder for sure. Let's see. Jennifer Harris said, who am I? I must know who I am. Very important. And what I am realizing is that we have a lot of people walking around as other people.
Yes. And not even a good version.
Not even a good version. If you're gonna be something, be great at
it. Right.
If you're gonna be Ray, you better be better than Ray.
I'm gonna be the best Ray I can be.
Be the best Ray. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But the people walking around as carbon copies, and they're bad carbon copies.
Bad carbon copies.
They dusty carbon copies. They raggedy carbon copies.
And that's not good.
We cannot deal with right now is the crazy carbon copies. We can't do it. Dude, you dropped so much wisdom tonight. So much wisdom. Do me a favor. Give us some final words. Give us like some the final takeaways. I mean, we've gotten a lot, but give us some final takeaways.
Yeah. I think what I would want people to know is that preparation precedes success. You have to prepare before you get the opportunity. You know, don't wait till the pandemic is over.
Right.
Don't waste the pandemic.
Right.
You know, prepare now for what you say is coming your way.
Right.
You know, every time is a commodity that you can't get back. You know, and I also think that you need to give great attention to how you are thinking, because, you know, we have all of these great people like PJ and everybody, you know, they're seeing success, and you're wondering how they're doing it. It's not simply because they are talented, gifted, you know, and have a good team around them. It's because they have done the mental work first.
Absolutely.
That it serves as a foundation for them to swim against the grain.
Absolutely.
Because being an entrepreneur, a leader, a creative requires you to do what other people are afraid to do.
Absolutely.
And if you haven't worked on you, how you think, how you deal with failure, how you deal with success, how you deal with when people offer their unsolicited opinions about you, you will not succeed.
That part.
So work on your mental wellness. Do the pre-work. And I can help you with that too.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. I might need you to do some pre-work because I'm in here hollering 15. The people ain't nobody here. So that might need to be a conversation I have with you.
Listen,
15 ain't nobody in here. Just
listen, I'm here.
I might need to have that conversation with you. So again, this has been amazing. On a lighter note, like we talked about a lot of heavy stuff. A lot of heavy stuff. They laughing at me. On a lighter note, tell us something about you that people just might not know. Something fun, something that people just look like, what? You what? Tell us.
Well, I got a couple things. The first thing is a lot of people don't know that this is not my first time being an entrepreneur. I actually dropped out of college to go to hair school when Gordon Phillips existed.
Wow.
I went to hair school to learn to cut men's hair and do women's hair.
That's dope.
I was one of 4 men in a class that finished that program before it became Empire.
Nice.
So if you need a blow dry and curl, I can help you with that too.
Now listen, I do. Okay, I do.
And I think
wants to help me.
I think the last thing is I had an opportunity with a previous job to live in another country for 3 months. I was required to become fluent in Spanish, and I lived in Guatemala for 12 weeks and went to a language immersion program and became fluent in Spanish. Entonces yo puedo hablar español también.
Well,
yeah,
because I ain't got to come back. Hola.
¿Cómo está? Todo está bien. Bueno.
Yes. Yeah, talk it. Because the only thing I know is the pledge. When people ask me questions in Spanish, I break up the Pledge of Allegiance because that's all I remember.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's it. So, like, talk again in Spanish.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Puro fidelidad. Do it again. Keep going.
¿Qué dijiste?
A la vendetta?
But you got the body language and the intonation.
This is all I'm saying.
Intonation is everything.
It is.
So
but they
I
wouldn't
know
know that I'm repeating the Pledge of Allegiance. They think I'm having They think I'm
you
having
would make good friends with the state of population.
We're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. They like, what is this fool talking about? Listen, how can we get in contact with you? How can we get in contact with you? If someone wanted to book you for your services, how can we get in contact with you? Do you have any special offers for us tonight? Like talk to the people right now.
Yes, well, you can go to my website. My website is www.drrk2.com. That's www.drrk2.com. And there you can book sessions. You can request me to do presentations, workshops, seminars. But there also you will find some digital content.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I've done during this pandemic was write. And I've been blessed to write 4 ebooks during the 2 months that we've been working.
That's awesome.
So, I wrote a book called Leading Through Pandemic. I am currently doing a 4-week challenge on jumpstarting your mental health. And I do have an offer tonight. I have an ebook titled The Top 3 Ways to Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Business. The top 3 ways to get out of your head and into your business. And you can have that ebook as well as a wellness consult with me, a key to wellness consult with me for 30 minutes for the low price. Somebody do a drum roll. $40.
That is it.
Now, I'm not even going to tell you what the value of what I offer you is.
Wow.
But a half an hour to talk with me about, to give you kind of a wellness assessment and kind of direct you in terms of wellness coaching, what you'll need in order for you to accomplish the great things I know you want to do. You'll have a half an hour with me. It could be by phone or by Zoom. You can see my face if you want to, and we can talk that half an hour and you can have that and we can go from there. But you can also have the book/workbook, Top 3 Ways to Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Business. And if you get that between now and tomorrow, I'm telling you, it's not going to last long. This offer is not going to last long. So you should definitely go ahead and get it. And I hope to be talking to a lot of y'all.
So listen, the people are talking and
what are y'all saying?
They're asking, how do they sign up? How do they pay? People want to pay right now.
Well, I mean, my Cash App, you can Cash App me the $40 sign DRKEE. Dr.
Yeah, and hold on 1 second. Jennifer, I know you're still here, or one of y'all, if we can all do it at the same time, let's type this information. I can't do it on my end, but type this information in the comment section so we can all see it. Go ahead.
Right. So the website is www.drrk2.com. That's the website. You can peruse the website. You can set up sessions. You can, request workshops and seminars and things like that. And also my Cash App is $DRKEE. And what you can do is send those funds, and in the comment section, the chat section, put wellness. And I'll know exactly what you're talking about. I will get that book to you, that ebook to you, and we can schedule our half an hour wellness consult. I look forward to seeing you all do wonderful, wonderful, awesome things.
Yes. Listen, I enjoyed you. You are amazing. You are amazing. I'm so glad.
You done yet? No, not yet.
I know. I was taught not to keep the people too long.
I hear you. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? But this was dope, and it won't be the last time. I'm really considering, and this is a little sneak peek, but I'm really considering doing an online Believe Build brand. So that's an exclusive for everybody that's on here now. I'm flirting with it. I'm tired. Okay, we zoomed out.
Yes,
we are zoom to the bed. Zoom out. We zoomed out. But this moment is for us, and I want people to hear what I just said. This moment is for us.
For us,
and we have to take this moment for what it is. Absolutely. And really hone in. And again, be iconic in everything that we do. So Dr. Rayvann Key, thank you so very much for coming on Icons and Convos. You are iconic.
Thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing from you all. PJ, thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah. My pleasure. Thank you. We'll chat soon, man.
We'll talk. Take care.
Wait, I need somebody to do a screenshot of a picture. Screenshot the picture. Screenshot it. Let's smile. Smile real quick. Hold up. Hit it. One more. Switch. Screenshot somebody. All right. One of y'all better have got it. Thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. And we'll chat soon.
Awesome. Take care.
Okay. All right. Wow. Y'all, I told y'all he was crazy, right? Talk to me. Talk to me in these comments. Talk to me. Talk to me. We ain't done just yet. Talk to me. Deanna said, this was awesome. Yes. Toya said, thanks for being a great guest. Lauren, my boo-boo, said, so cute. Thank you. But wait, the people are sending me the screenshots right now. So funny. Wait, y'all, I'm still alive. Wait. Send them after we hang up. So again, guys, this is Icons and Convos. I want y'all to meet me here every single Thursday at 8 o'clock. It's only going to get bigger and better. I started at 1,000, and who knows where we are going to end up. This is going to go far, okay? Again, this is a moment where I wanted to connect dope people and just have an opportunity to have amazing conversations, okay? Oh, wait, I still got Lauren's post up. Oh, here we go. Where we can have some amazing conversations with some people who are iconic. So a couple things, okay? Before I get off, I need you all to do me a big favor. Share this post. If you know people need to hear it, share it. Please let people know that we are here every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Some of my guests are absolute. Listen, just come back. Just come back, okay? Now, the last thing I want to do before I hang out, every week I'm going to do something called the Icon Award, okay? I'm going to do the Icon Award, and the Icon Award is going to go to somebody who literally has been like killing the game and who have become iconic in their own right, okay? So this week's Icon Award, okay? This week's Icon Award goes to my friend, my sister, Miss Carla Clarkson. Okay, Miss Carla Clarkson, the Icon Award belongs to you today. For those of you who don't know who Carla is, okay, Carla is the hair maven herself. Carla is a celebrity stylist. She's the creator of Honey Blowout, the creator of Melt, amazing products. More than anything, she is an amazing soul. Carla has been out here grinding for years. She has been doing it in such a way that has landed her on sets of major roles. Creed, the movie Creed, the first one. If y'all go look at the movie Creed, when he is in the club dancing with that girl, Carla is in back of him giving the business with these wispy bangs, baby. Carla is in the back going off, okay? She is one of my closest friends. She's like my work wife, is what I call her, and she is absolutely iconic. So, again, Carla, you are iconic, and the Icon Award belongs to you today. I love you, Carla. I'm not even sure if she's still here. Oh, she is still here. She is still here. The Icon Award goes to my homie, Carla. Again, I love celebrating people. I love celebrating amazing people. I got good people in my life, and I don't take that lightly. So everybody who is doing something great, everybody who is who had their hand at the plow for years, just working. This moment is for you. This moment is for us, okay? Yeah, everybody is talking. They're saying, congrats, Carla. Yeah. Congrats, Carla. Carla's the bomb, y'all. Please, right now, she is doing essential kits. She's doing essential kits right now, so please head on over. Let me put up her information again. Please go follow her right now at Carla Clarkson and at the Honey Blowout. She has essential kits right now. Carla go live 76 times a day, child. I didn't hit her a couple times and she keep popping back up on my timeline. But I understand her hustle and I understand what it means to build a business and be passionate and all of those amazing things. So again, Carla, you are iconic. All right, guys, this has been amazing. I hope that you stay with me, rock with me. The next few guests, each show is going to be different. I'm just excited. I'm excited. And I want y'all to put on your calendar right now. July 16th. Not only is it my birthday, but that's the last show. Okay, that's the finale show, and I'm working on something real big for y'all, real big. So I want you guys to put July 16th on your books. All right, but we are going to be here. This first season is 8 shows. Okay, so we'll be talking to 8 icons. Some might be a group, some might be locally. I got some performances coming. I guarantee you don't want to miss this. So again, this is Icons and Convos. Do we have any final words from anybody? Anybody, y'all got any last final statements? Anything? Talk to me. Because I got one last statement and then I'm ghost. Anybody? Yeah, cancer babies, exactly. Celebrating people. Let me see what the Toya say. It's a blessing. Yes. Yes, Miss Kayla. I appreciate you so much. So much. Yeah, the finale show is going to be dope, y'all. It's going to be really dope. It's going to be dope. Rashida, one of the baddest that have ever done it. Rashida is a mompreneur now. I can call her that. A mompreneur. Rashida Williams is absolutely amazing. Please go follow her. She got wigs. She got product. She got everything. What my mama say? My mama say my son better than yours. And my daddy watching it too, probably with her. And this is my hat. Dad. My dad thinks I steals his stuff. Deanna says, you are iconic. Thank you, D. Thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Okay. All right. So my final point, a final iconic point of the day. This is to every black man. Okay. For every black man. Dear black man, if you weren't so valuable and didn't have the potential to be so powerful, the world would not be so hell-bent on exterminating your existence. Dear black men, if you weren't so valuable and didn't have the potential to be so powerful, the world would not be so hell-bent on exterminating your very existence. And even though that's said for black men, that's for all of us. Anybody that looks like me. You are worthy, you are valuable, you are amazing, and more than anything, you are iconic. All right? My Jam is here. Jam, how are you? Everybody knows my grandmama is my heart. That's my Jam. She probably sitting in that chair eating some pretzels and sherbet or something crazy. My best friend is here. Ty Harris, amazing first episode. Thank you, Bess. Angie Flowers, thank you. Mike Boyd, thank you. To everybody that will catch the replay of this, thank you so much. Stay in position. Don't get out of position. You are iconic. I love y'all. Same time, same place next week. Remember, live to create and create to inspire. Ooh, Lord. Live to create. We can get that right. That drop got to be right. Live to create and create to inspire. You are iconic. And wait for these closing credits because I spent time on them. All right? Spend time on them. I love y'all. Let's go.